వెల్కమ్ టు Shorthand Hub ఛానల్. మనం ఈరోజు ఈ వీడియో ద్వారా 120 వర్డ్స్ పర్ మినిట్ స్కిల్ టెస్ట్ స్పెషల్ డిక్టేషన్ ఆన్ ది టాపిక్ ఆఫ్ అస్సాం గవర్నమెంట్ టేబుల్స్ యూనిఫామ్ సివిల్ కోడ్ బిల్ ఇన్ అసెంబ్లీ అనే టాపిక్ మీద డిక్టేషన్ అనేది చెప్పుకోబోతున్నాము. పర్టికులర్గా కూడా మన ఛానల్ నుంచి స్పెషల్గా స్కిల్ టెస్ట్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి డిక్టేషన్స్ అనేది తయారు చేసి అందించమనేది జరుగుతుంది. సో ఈ ప్యాసేజ్ మీకు ఎక్కడ ఏ బుక్స్లో కానీ ఏ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్లో కానీ అందుబాటులో ఉండవు. అందరూ కూడా ఏదైతే పబ్లికేషన్ అయ్యేటువంటి బుక్స్లో నుంచి చూసి మాత్రమే డిక్టేషన్స్ అనేది చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. మనం అలా కాకుండా కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ అనేది ఎంచుకొని వాటి మీద టాపిక్ తయారు చేసి ఎంతో శ్రమతో ఈ వీడియోస్ అనేది చేయడం అనేది జరుగుతున్నది. సో ఈ డిక్టేషన్స్ అనేది రాసిన తర్వాత మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే దీన్ని ఒక లైక్ చేసి మీ కామెంట్ అనేది తెలియచేయండి. అలాగే మన ఛానల్ని ఎవరన్నా ఎంకరేజ్ చేయదలుచుకున్నట్లయితే జాయిన్ బటన్ ద్వారా కూడా జాయిన్ అయ్యి మీరు మన ఛానల్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయొచ్చు. సో ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మన ఛానల్ని ఫాలో అవుతూ ఉండండి. మీకు స్కిల్ టెస్ట్కు సంబంధించి మంచి కంటెంట్ అనేది ఈ ఛానల్ ద్వారా అందించబడుతుంది. సో ఈరోజు మనం ఏదైతే టాపిక్ అనుకున్నామో ఆ టాపిక్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేసుకుందాము. రెడీ? డిక్టేషన్ 1, 2, 3 స్టార్ట్. The tabling of the Uniform Civil Code Bill 2026 in the Assam State Legislative Assembly marks a historic and highly consequential moment in the socio-political landscape of northeastern India. Introduced on behalf of Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma by Parliamentary Affairs Minister, the legislative move establishes Assam as the third state governed by the Bharatiya Janata Party to introduce a common framework for personal laws, closely following the legislative footsteps of Uttarakhand and Gujarat. This major policy deployment occurred during the first session of the newly elected 16 state assemblies, materializing less than 2 weeks after the state cabinet formally cleared the draft proposal during its inaugural meeting following the ruling alliance's decisive electoral victory. By placing this contentious and polarizing bill before the Treasury and opposition benches, the administration has signaled its intent to aggressively fulfill a core ideological promise inscribed in its election manifesto, setting off intense legislative debates and public scrutiny regarding the boundaries of state intervention in personal and community matters. At its structural core, the proposed legislation seeks to streamline, simplify, and standardize the regulations governing fundamental aspects of social and ancestral life, specifically focusing on marriage, divorce, succession, and the recognition of non-traditional unions. The legislative text deliberately targets 4 primary pillars of civil society with the stated objective of modernizing personal laws and expanding legal safeguards, particularly for women across various socio-religious groups. By retaining the standard legal marriage age at 21 years for men and 18 years for women, the bill establishes a baseline uniformity across communities that previously adhered to distinct personal laws. Simultaneously, the framework introduces a blanket prohibition on polygamy, a practice that the state leadership had previously vowed to dismantle through targeted legislation, characterizing it as an essential step toward ensuring gender justice and eliminating institutionalized discrimination within marital structures. Further, the bill guarantees equal rights for daughters in the inheritance and succession of parental property, a progressive modification intended to override existing customary barriers that historically restricted women from achieving financial autonomy through ancestral wealth. In a pioneering legislative development that mirrors the stringent framework established in Uttarakhand, the Assam Uniform Civil Code Bill introduced a robust legal mechanism to govern live-in relationship under the provisions of the proposed law, Couples opting for cohabitation without formal marriage are legally mandated to register their union with a designated civil authority. The government defends this highly debated intervention by asserting that formal recognition provides vital legal scrutiny to partners, establishing clear channels for maintenance in the event of desertion and ensuring the protection of rights and legitimacy for children born out of such relations. According to the statement of objects and reasons appended to the bill, these measures are not designed to infringe upon individual liberties but rather to build a comprehensive safety net that prevents legal uncertainty from leaves vulnerable individuals without recourse. This inclusion of civil registries for informal unions represents a major shift towards state oversight of private relationships, drawing mixed reactions from civil liberties advocates and judicial analysts who question the operational feasibility and privacy implications of such compulsory state documentation. Aware of the complex geographic realities of the northeastern region, the state government has integrated crucial exemptions into the text of the bill to avoid direct confrontation with protected ethnic communities. Chief Minister explicitly clarified that scheduled tribes inhabiting both the plains and the hill areas of Assam will remain completely outside the purview of the Uniform Civil Code, thereby ensuring that their ancestral customs, distinct traditions, and indigenous legal systems are preserved without state interference. Further, the legislative draft explicitly states that traditional religious customs, rituals, and ceremonies associated with weddings, that is, marriage ritual, will remain untouched, emphasizing that the code concerns itself strictly with the civil outcomes of unions rather than the diverse forms of religious observances. Through these strategic exclusions, the ruling administration attempts to navigate the delicate constitutional protections granted to tribal populations while enforcing a uniform civil framework on the non tribal majority, hoping to mitigate the kind of widespread regional backlash that often complicates uniform legal mandates in ethnically diverse territories. The introduction of the bill in the 1026 member assembly immediately triggered a turbulent political standoff, prompting vigorous protests from prominent opposition parties, including the Non National Congress and the All India Trinamool Congress. Opposition lawmakers vehemently condemned the sudden tabling of the legislation, characterizing the move as a partisan act designed to marginalize specific minority groups and polarize the electorate rather than foster genuine social reform. Critics demand that the bill be subjected to wider consultations with a broad spectrum of stakeholders, community leaders, and legal experts before being put a definitive vote, arguing that rushing such a sensitive piece of social engineering undermines democratic consensus. As the Legislative Assembly prepares for detailed discussions and voting on the passage of the bill, the nation watches closely to see how the state handles the delicate balance between standardizing civil rights under Article 44 of the Constitution and respecting the pluralistic fabric of Indian society. Stop. If you want to get more updates, please subscribe our channel. If you want to encourage our channel, please join to the join button.